It's the riot.
I yawned before we started, and I didn't even think about the fact it would be contagious. And I was like, let's go ahead and record this.
You got me right after. Wait, welcome to the podcast.
Good morning or good day to everybody.
Must be sleepy from all that chicken.
We do a riot food fight with the Popeye's chicken sandwich. Hudson brought them in.
Yeah.
Our first time, we didn't have them during the first run, and this is our first time ever having it.
Good stuff.
It only gets better as it's in your tummy. And it makes me be like, I want chicken sandwiches more often, not just Popeyes, but
a chicken sandwich.
Just in general, I wouldn't mind a good chicken sandwich every day.
Just pass that chicken sandwich on over here.
So that's in here with Hudson. You can also watch our food fight. It's at RadioU or RadioU Riot on Facebook. Both those pages you should be following. Or if you go to our RadioU Riot YouTube channel, it's up.
Okay, in the podcast today, we talk about the Starbucks holiday cups. Black Friday.
And that leads to a lot of people going and getting them. Everybody kept sending pictures. There's a real trend of
people sending us pictures of them holding the Starbucks cups.
But that's fine.
It's fine. No, there's nothing wrong with that. It was just one of those things where we mentioned it, and it was like, whoa. I was not prepared for how many people were going to go and get the cups. Let's see. What else do we got? Hurtful shoes. Crying YouTubers again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Black Friday ads. Turducken.
Little 4K shopping.
Someone may be guilty.
Pringles and Turducken.
Mm-hmm. James Dean. Stargate.
We must have called it Jimmy Dean once in there.
We must have, because someone set us straight that James Dean is the actor and Jimmy Dean is the musician and sausage.
Yeah.
He sang and sausage.
I was just afraid we said Jimmy Dean once instead of James Dean, because we talked about Jimmy Dean yesterday for their Christmas, the sausage-smelling wrapping paper and the stuff that they're doing giveaways with. So I wasn't sure. So we'll see what we say.
Well, I hope that you guys enjoy the podcast, and I would love some sausage to go with the chicken sandwich I just had.
Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine? Well, what's the land, sea, sky? It's like a fish sandwich, a chicken sandwich, and beef.
Oh.
And so what if there was one where you could add sausage to it, too?
Sausage, chicken, bacon, hamburger.
It's like a monster.
You can keep that fish, man.
So enjoy the podcast. Don't forget to watch the food fight video. And you can text us anytime you want to. Text 877-2RadioU and let us know you're a podcast listener. And then next time we're in the studio, we will message you back.
Yes, indeed. So,
have a good day.
Have a fantastic day. Bye.
If it's louder than it has to be and way worse than it has any right to be, it must be the worst of the riot. On RadioU.
My Follow Thursday recommendation for you. Her name is Jackie Hill Perry. Jackie Hill, like Tyler Perry, Perry.
I think I see you retweet her often.
I do. You know what?
Is she an author? Or?
She is. She's an author. And you know what? In what year is it? It's 2019. Okay.
Oh, boy.
In 2018, she was at Sunfest at Mount Vernon Nazarene University. And it's what's really funny is everybody's like, oh, how can you not know who she is? How can you? I'm like, I have no idea who she is. No clue. But I got to spend some time with her. And she's like a lot of authors and speakers. It's so funny. They, from stage, seem like, oh, I bet they just talk. And she sat quietly in a corner almost the entire time. And I had to introduce her. And she's very humble. So getting details out of her was difficult.
Hard.
Because I was like, okay, well, what do you want me to say about you? And it's like, can you just say my name?
Different than with radio people where it just comes out of us.
Let me tell you what I did in 2008. Okay.
It has no bearing to what we're talking about. But
I feel like it'll be color that you can draw from as you are crafting an announcement about me.
Because we can't have quiet.
Oh, my gosh. So true.
So she's opposite, very calm and collected.
She is. She's very calm. But man, I love the stuff that she writes on Twitter. One, I don't agree with her on everything, but I like the person. So it's sometimes good to just hear their perspective on something. So it kind of makes me think a little bit. And okay, here's her tweet this morning. Fear is strange. It will convince us to guard ourselves from the people that only want to love us. We think we're keeping ourselves safe by keeping ourselves from love. God didn't make our hearts to be impenetrable, nor has he commanded us to make fear our refuge. It's good.
There's a lot to that.
I retweeted it because I want other people to hear it. It's good. So, you know what? If you think that sounds interesting, I retweeted her. You can follow me at Obadiah Radio U. You can follow Nikki. You can find all of our social medias.
All of it?
At riot.radiou.com.
It's a good one to check out then.
It's where we live.
It's nice, between all the other people we follow, which maybe not go so deep. Nice to throw in something every so often.
Yeah, well, I like Twitter for two things. Deep thoughts and stupid things.
And Babylon Bee.
I do love the Babylon Bee.
That could be about it.
You know, Nikki, the Babylon Bee reported seeing Keanu Reeves in a fire.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. That wasn't real news.
I had to send that to Nikki last night.
The only morning show brave enough to say that Chicken McNuggets are part of a balanced breakfast. The Riot on RadioU.
Yes, Obi?
I'll tell you what happened last night. That Best Buy Black Friday ad done got posted.
Someone was talking about that yesterday.
I was, and you know what that means, Nikki?
What?
It means that it's time for me to look at 4K Blu-rays.
Woo! Normally, every Black Friday through Cyber
An
Monday,
angel gets its wings?
Obadiah likes to use entertainment
Birthday money.
Birthday money?
I have
But if it was in a cash folder,
it is.
It's like entertainment for like 4K movies.
Oh, dude, this is what it's about. Like, I'm saving for this reason. And so, Nikki, I see your Spider-Man Far From Home. Almost paid $30 for it. I'll get it for $12.99.
What a deal.
See, Nikki, that's what it should cost.
Oh, what is it?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what it should cost. I'm willing to pay $12 for the latest Spider-Man. I'm not willing to pay $30 for the latest Spider-Man.
And is the John Wick 3 out yet with it?
It's on the list.
Okay, good, because I've been waiting.
John Wick 3, $12.99.
I don't need the 4K version.
It's the disc.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Okay, so wait. You want me to see... There's also a list of just Blu-rays?
Well, I'll just do the digital one. I don't even need the Blu-ray.
That's already $12.99.
I don't need the ad. I don't need the ad.
Look, I'm just trying to help you. All right, I just
need to wait.
Just wait, Nikki. Just wait. But yeah, there you go. I'm excited about it. Like I'm not right now because obviously I'm going to stay focused on the business of running this show. Obviously,
you will not be looking at sales for Black Friday.
I won't.
Planning.
But if I just happen to notice that, I don't know, let's say Star Trek Into Darkness is only going to be $7.99.
Don't you have that?
No.
Because it's 4K. You already have it on Blu-ray.
I can't hear you. My headphones are going out.
Oh, they go
My headphones are going out.
You already have it.
Nikki, are you going through a tunnel?
You just want to buy it.
Are you going through a tunnel? I can't hear you.
In a different format.
You know, just call me back when you get there. Just call me back. So
we'll just talk next time. We'll talk later.
So, you know what? I'm not putting together a super long list here. Okay, we're just talking about we'll get that Star Trek movie. We'll put that in there. And then, look at that. We got The Dark Knight and Batman Begins, $9.99. Okay.
Little 4K action. Never hurt anybody.
Throw them on the list, and then maybe get that Spider-Man that the kids are liking these days.
That's it? Is that your cart?
Yeah. That's about $50 worth.
Oh, my goodness. So
that all seems reasonable, Nikki.
Good choices. Making good choices.
I make good choices.
You're a good person.
I'm a good person.
You're a good person who makes good choices, and don't let anybody tell you differently.
He's a good boy, Floyd. He's a good boy.
You just keep looking, okay? Makes you happy. That's it.
He sucks.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
Ooh, you could get mad today. Because today is the day that the Starbucks holiday cups are out.
Oh, really? Oh, I just don't go to Starbucks like I used to.
I don't either.
But still fun to think about.
Let me tell you, the biggest problem that Starbucks ever had for me is that once I figured out how much I can enjoy a good cup of black coffee, Starbucks suddenly became less interesting.
That was it.
Yeah.
And they took away all like the benefits of having even like the gold status and stuff. And then you realize, like the day that I realized I did not need to keep my gold status was just truly the end.
Changed your life. You're like, you know what?
I was like, I don't need to go. And when I realized I don't need to pay with the app, I could just pay with cash. It was something.
A lot of things turned around that day.
It was. So
now,
we go every so often.
Would you consider that a journey? Or was that just a moment?
Well, I mean, I was on a journey that whole time.
Yeah.
That was almost not quite getting to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And every so often you go back again for just a quick little...
pick me up?
Yeah, just something, but not like I used to.
And then all of a sudden you were just like, you know what? I don't even need you anymore.
It happens. Which I think is why they try to come up every so often with the fun drinks, because they know they need to reel you back in every so often.
So they are... The holiday cups hit today. And also the holiday flavors. So, peppermint mocha, toasted white chocolate. That sounds delicious. Caramel brulee latte, chestnut praline latte, eggnog latte.
Well, so those have been around.
Yes, but they're new.
No, they've been around.
So
I was like, oh, that sounds like, wait, I've had that.
So here's their big incentive. If you go today and you order a holiday drink, they will give you a free reusable holiday.
No, that's the word. I can't. No, Nikki. No, you don't need another reusable cup. No. That's the word. I can't.
Man, I wish
How many do I have? I can't.
Wish you guys could have seen it. I wish you could have seen it.
Well, now that is good for the money.
It was deer in headlights like, oh my gosh.
I can say no to the drinks, but man, a reusable cup is my weakness.
Okay, I just have to ask.
Yeah.
If you acquire, a couple of hundred reusable cups, isn't it just as bad as just throwing away some paper?
It is. And what's really bad is eventually when you throw away the reusable cup and you're just like, what am I doing? Because you can't reuse it anymore.
I don't have enough room in my house anymore. It's these overlapping things that are happening to you. I'm condoing, so I have to get rid of these reusable cups.
I know.
But I need reusable cups to help the environment.
I don't know what to do. So that's today?
Is
it today?
It's today.
I could use one. Which one do they look like?
Have you not seen them?
I haven't seen it yet.
There are 4 of them. There is a kind of like a candy cane stripe one that says Starbucks and it's all over. There's one that's a solid green that says, it looks like, have they settled on Mary Coffee? I think is what they're doing. So that's clever because it's not Merry Christmas because we can't do that.
But they're not being, they're not taking the coffee out of Christmas. But
right. Right. So, I mean,
if anybody goes and doesn't want their reusable cup, just let me know.
Aaron just texted and said, I think I might have to leave right now to get one.
I know, me too. Is anybody coming in?
Nikki's going to be like, we have meetings this morning. Wouldn't it be great?
Well, if we all win, then the chances to collect all the designs then should be better.
In this environment, it's never happening. But if we could get Michael to go to Starbucks for a meeting, yeah, right.
No thanks, he won't.
It's not happening.
But we're going because I want to help the earth.
Yeah,
by having more reusable cups.
This meeting's important, but
what
about the earth we're having the meeting on?
Maybe if we get a new RadioU reusable cup and I have to go do research there.
The Riot is to your ears what all those energy drinks are to your liver.
For the love of God, please stop. I can only process so much.
The Riot, RadioU.
You got to stop saying that stuff off air. You just need to say to me, hey, I got this one.
No, it hurts.
You need to lead the break with comments like that.
It hurts. These are not shoes that I work out in, but I did not wear my slides today. I wore a new pair of tennis shoes.
Okay, let's rewind.
Yeah.
I want you to say what you said.
Well, they hurt my feet. They really hurt my feet. And then I was like, well, can I make it like 2 years that I'll probably own these shoes?
Can I push through for 2 years?
They hurt in the middle. Like I think where what we call the arch support probably is. It hurts so bad.
Where did you get them?
From Amazon, but they're just New Balance.
How long have you had them? The New Balance is pain.
It's painful. Like 2 weeks.
So, you can't send them back.
No, I mean, I've worn them.
What if we clean them up real good?
Maybe I need those inserts, like the cushiony things.
Dr.
Maybe that'll,
Scholl's.
Yeah, oh, that'll be something. If you see Nikki at me, it's because my shoes hurt.
When I had a running injury, plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
It's so awful. Like, it's awful. And so I looked at, when I was looking to figure out what to do about it, I saw that, like, some places you can go, they have these Dr. Scholl's inserts that are supposed to help with that.
Yeah.
And you go and, like, stand on this thing, and it will tell you, oh, your foot, look at how weird your foot is.
Little judgment. Like, which one should you get?
You should put this in, weird foot. We're going to call you weird foot from now on. But we can save your weird foot if no one has to know.
You know, I don't feel like that right now, so I don't know if I want to go do that. Maybe I'll just buy
I felt shamed, okay?
Maybe I'll buy an assortment, and we'll just see which ones work.
So, honest question. You bought it online without, do you have another shoe like that? So you just assumed it would fit?
Yes, I like New Balance. They fit fine. In fact, they're maybe a little too big. I don't know if that's part of the reason.
So clown shoes? Am I helping you?
No, you're not.
You know what, Nikki? Here's the thing is, I always thought your feet looked really big in those shoes.
No, I want new ones. I don't want to buy any more.
Oh, okay. So then those shoes are fine. You should keep them.
That won't help me.
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, you're just hurting by,
Well,
helping by hurting.
If I say that to you, then I know
I'll get rid of them.
That long term, I'll say, Nikki.
No, I like how they look.
Your feet look huge in those, and you'll be like, well, I can't have these. But what I'm really trying to do is eliminate foot pain.
Sure, I have it, even when I'm not standing. I'm just like, why is my foot still hurting?
Okay, so
I don't work out in them, no.
Okay, so you didn't hit the treadmill in those this morning?
No, I did not. There were another pair of New Balances.
So the only other question would be,
is it me?
No, is the foot pain actually being caused by the ones you're working out in, and you're just feeling the foot pain after your workout?
No.
Or is it those?
No, because I didn't feel that this is just the first full day that I've just been slipping them on every so often, and every time I slip them on, it hurts when I walk around, so I think it's the shoe.
I think we call that a direct correlation.
I think so. I don't think I need to try to figure that out anymore. It just hurts.
And Jim says oversized shoes will make your feet hurt.
Yeah, maybe that's it, because they're too roomy. That could be, I think, the problem.
So let's see. Sarah says, Nikki, the walking company at Easton has the best inserts.
I could do that. Oh, because you wear Converse. Those can be a little painful.
No, that's like walking on concrete.
I had a pair of Vans, or I had several pairs because I really liked how they looked.
Yeah.
Man, it was bad. Like, you just couldn't even stand on them.
That's the way my Adidas are right now. There's not to say they're supporting them is a complete and total lie.
You're just like, why couldn't you put a little cushion in there? Just something. But,
yeah.
Well, all
you
right,
know what?
I'll work on that.
We should go shoe shopping.
Should we?
Riot skips work.
Insert.
Shoe shopping?
No, just the inserts. Let's go to the grocery store.
We're over at the CVS.
Listen, cool. I like the look.
Nikki, I'm here to get my blood pressure medicine and these things from my feet.
What's going on with you guys? I really like how these shoes look, so I got to make it work. I got to figure it out.
No, you might have to give up.
No, I don't. Eventually, my body will stop sending the pain signals, and I won't notice it anymore.
Eventually, my feet will hurt so badly, I won't walk anymore.
No, that part just dies off. It's fine. It won't hurt at all.
Oh, I hope the Association of Orthopedic Shoe whatever is listening right now.
No, don't listen.
I hope they're listening.
I'm going over, I'm choosing the looks over comfort.
They're like, guys, this is the ignorance we're combating, okay?
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Anybody remember that dude that got banned from Fortnite? And he was crying.
Yeah, the one from, was it over the weekend?
Yep. Did you check out the latest on him?
He'd been cheating, posted videos on YouTube, and I mean, he has like 2 million followers. So he's pretty well known for being a Fortnite player. But then Fortnite banned him for life because of how he was playing some of the game.
He got a lifetime ban. He did the crying thing on the YouTubes.
Don't tell me they've taken it back.
Nope.
No?
No. It's, I don't know if it's better or worse. His video has been viewed like somewhere between 6 and 7 million times. He's made $26,000 in ad revenue from the crying video.
Just on that one?
Just on that. So suddenly, the sympathy that I may have felt at some point for the crying YouTuber is like,
what? He's going to have to pick a new game. It's not like that money will last forever.
You're right. At the rate he's burning through them energy drinks, and they ain't cheap.
And, sponsorships and stuff, like everything he had built around Fortnite, if he still can't get back on it, that was his livelihood.
Mm-hmm. So his mom says that he's broken after being banned. Like he just...
Well, now he needs his mom on a video. Then he'll make more.
I know.
You need to bring her in on.
Right? I mean, I don't know if you guys listened to JR and Alexa last night on RadioU, but Alexa's mom stopped by.
Oh, she did?
I thought it was hilarious. Well, you know what, Nikki?
Then maybe this guy needs to bring the mom in. Maybe she starts playing instead of him because she's not banned.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Now you have a whole thing.
Yeah, that's right.
He teaches and plays through his mom.
Oh, my gosh. He's banned, but his mom's not banned. So he's teaching his mom how to play Fortnite. Oh, my gosh. It's perfect.
Millions.
People would watch that.
I know, right?
They would watch that.
He's still playing Fortnite. He can still do the commentary stuff, but she's the one who actually has to do the controller.
Dude. That's a great idea. The only problem is now you're going to have to pay your mom.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
And at 17, we know you're still living at home. So
well, then that's easy. She's always there.
She's there anyway. So, hey, Mom, come down to the studio, play the Fortnites.
So if anybody else has a lifetime ban on your favorite video game, that's your way around it.
No, I know, but it's just one of those things when people who are popular and or rich, they never get punished the same way the rest of us do.
Sure.
Like, his punishment was, yes, he's banned from Fortnite, but here's a $26,000 bonus check.
Because of it.
Because of your ban.
Well, maybe not with his mom, but he could pick different friends to do the controlling every time.
It's amazing.
I'm sure we'll see something from him.
It's amazing.
Things are never as bad as they seem, except when it comes to the riot. Then, they're worse. They're always worse. It's the Riot on Radio U.
You ever have one of those days where no matter what you eat, and I mean you eat and eat and eat, but it's like, man, I could eat. You're just ready to eat again.
It's just not enough.
It's just not enough. It's not enough. I want you to hang on to that feeling for just a minute because we're going to come back to it. But first, let's talk about, I'm looking at the news today, 3 people. I don't know all of them. I know one of them, but 2 others, like 3 people that are fairly high-profile public figures busted for sexual misconduct. One of them, it's for being kind of rapey in his relationships. Am I allowed to say it that way?
I know that's how they describe it, but
Okay, well, it is what it is.
Sure.
Another guy for child pornography, and another guy, I don't really know what. So we got these 3 guys, right? All people that are very well respected, and yet they had this thing going on that some people knew about, but not a whole lot of people knew about. Here's my thing. We got to talk about this because lust is out there killing people. Like, it is ruining lives. Because it's funny, like, let's say the guy with all the sexual misconduct, he's had multiple bad relationships. It doesn't just ruin his life. It's like he victimizes the people in the relationships, but he is also a victim of his own problem. I'm not defending actions. I'm just saying, hey, like, he also has an issue that needs dealt with, and his issue is spilling out into other people. And if we aren't careful, the same thing's going to happen to us. Our issues become the issues to the people around us because we're not willing to look at it. And I mean, we live in a culture where, it's just normalized. Like, of course, we're going to sit down and watch that show that's loaded with nudity and loaded with whatever. And how dare you shame me for doing that? How dare you not be sex positive? I just got to let you know, lust and sex, not the same thing. They seem related, but as somebody that has dealt with and struggled with and fought with lust, I can tell you this, it's never satisfied. And the issue is not just pornography. Lust can get you anywhere, all right? It's not like, I quit watching porn, but I have it under control. No, you actually have got to get a hold of yourself in the office, in the gym, on the street, at the store, at whatever. Because if you start to feed that beast, it is never full. It will always be like, you could shove it a huge meal and then it'll be like, I could eat. I could eat, you know what I'm saying? We can take a little bit more of that. And it will start to swallow you. And then when it really starts to swallow you, then it starts to hurt the people around you. Do you think when they started, do you think that guy, the Air Force like commander, whatever, do you think he was like, I'm going to join the Air Force, I'm going to get really into child pornography? I don't think anybody starts there. I think we end up there after time. And when people, we get ashamed of it and we become unwilling to talk about it. And we live in a culture that's like, there's nothing wrong. Just, do what you want. I want you to know that if you're not careful, it can eat you alive. And by not careful, I mean, you got to run away from it. And it's not, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not easy. It's everywhere. You will spend your days sometimes fighting it, but it is possible. God can get you out of this mess and he can heal you for you and for the other people in your life. And this is not a guy thing. This is a human thing. Like guys and girls, this is an issue for all of us, all right? And I just don't want to see more people getting their lives ruined by something that we act like is not a big deal. It's a big deal, and it's ruining lives. So look, if you want help with that this morning, stop being ashamed and speak up and just say, Jesus, I need that. I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. Like I am being eaten alive with lust. And I don't know exactly what it is for you, but whatever. And say, God, I need help with that. Now, that is step one. God's going to help you, but you need to take some time today and look into what needs to happen. There are books that you can read. There are organizations you can join. But if this is something that you know is more than just a passing thing, like you need to reach out and get help and don't let it swallow your life. You don't want to be 70 and all of a sudden you're getting hauled off to jail for who knows what.
Obadiah and Nikki tried their hardest, and that's what really matters. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
So we changed one person's life today. I know that.
I like Erin had initiative and she went and she did it.
I think it's so funny.
Instead of just talking, she actually went out and did it.
Earlier in the show, we were talking about the fact that today Starbucks has their brand new holiday cups out. And if you go today and you order a holiday drink, you get a free reusable cup.
One of the reusable holiday cups.
So she literally said, she texted us about an hour ago and was like, I need to leave right now to get one. I didn't pay it much mind. And here we are 45 minutes later. Got it.
Hey, all done.
I don't know if they have other reusable cups, but this is the only one I saw. And she has a picture of her coffee cup.
She got the Merry Coffee one.
Yeah. Well, actually, there are a couple of them that say that.
The red one.
This one is the red one. So there we go. And
you've got red on you.
High five, Nikki.
You're welcome.
Okay. And while we're on this whole holiday business, we also got a text message from Matt. And remember, you can text to 877-2-RADIO-U.
Questions, comments, no concerns. Don't bring that on a Thursday.
We don't have what it takes to handle that. But Matt has a question, Nikki. He wants to know, when's Santa coming to town?
Oh, you mean when is the RadioU Christmas channel launching? We get asked that every morning.
Every morning.
Should we tell them?
Sure, why not?
It comes out on Friday, November 22nd.
Dun, dun, dun!
So, yes, you're like, oh, it's so early, but Thanksgiving's so late, and we want you guys to enjoy it. So Friday the 22nd is when the RadioU Christmas channel will be coming.
Normally, we would launch it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but we decided to give you guys a few extra days because Thanksgiving's so late. Yeah,
so does that work? Is that good for everybody?
Works for me, Nikki.
Does that work for all you listeners?
That's why, unless something changes, my game plan is on Saturday the 23rd. I'm putting my Christmas tree up.
That's the day?
Yeah, because that puts us a month away from Christmas, basically. And yeah, it's time to put the Christmas tree up.
Let's see, Matt, thanks for texting. He got, I think you're meaning your reusable Starbucks cup at 5:30 this morning. Mm-hmm. So you went early.
And then Matt also, Matt's just text. He wanted to know if there were any new Christmas albums that were out this year.
There's never usually really any full albums.
Yeah,
it's usually just songs, and those will start trickling in the next couple of weeks.
So do you know of any new songs that are going to hit this year?
I know of a couple that cannot be talked about yet. And it's not Wolves at the Gate. Don't even ask. I'm not saying them.
I already know they don't have a new Christmas song, Nikki, because they're all jerks.
They're just not. That's not what's out there news-wise. If you're into Neon Feather, he did a new one for this year that's really good.
Okay.
And he had one from last year. So those will be on the Christmas channel coming up on November 22nd.
Well, and you know that we're going to get a new August Burns Red Christmas song.
I'm sure we'll get something, but those are traditionally at the end of this month to the 1st of December.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sure we'll hear from that, but we'll see. But yes, unfortunately, no new albums to know about.
Nothing yet, but we'll put all that information as we get closer to the launch of our RadioU Christmas channel. And of course, you'll hear RadioU Christmas music on RadioU. So if there's anything new that comes out, we just add it to it.
Jen says her tree is going up the same day as Obadiah. And Mike says we better have his favorite Christmas story in the Christmas channel.
Oh, from Capital Lights? I don't think we put it in. We did a Christmas in July channel. I don't think it went in there. And I can't recall if that Capital Lights song went in last year. Do you want me to put it in or no? You don't want me to?
No, you probably should.
Well, it's been a while if we haven't featured it.
I think we feature it every year, one. And two, I think we probably should again because people are going to freak out.
People enjoy it.
Because they can't get it on their own. We got to play it for them.
So any other Christmas questions, just text 877-2-RADIO-U.
Uncomfortable silences during that morning carpool? Not a problem. These two never shut up. It's the Riot on RadioU.
I have a confession to make.
What is it?
I lied.
You lied?
I lied right here on this show.
What did you lie about?
I told everybody that I wasn't going to build my Black Friday list
during the show,
but I was going to wait until it was over, and it was going to be fine.
Now listen, I think we knew you were going to do that anyway. So is it a big lie, or we just knew it?
You feel like the only person that was really being lied to was myself?
Pretty much.
I was the only one that believed that nonsense I was spewing.
Some of the Black Friday ads came out, and Obi always buys 4K Blu-rays.
Yes, I do.
He's been building secretly, though not secretly, his list of the ones he wants to buy over there.
Yep. So I'm down to $86.
Is that normally, how much do you normally spend?
I usually somewhere, honestly, between $50 and $100, and I will get anywhere from 5 to, I think one year I got 18 movies. There was one year.
That's a lot.
There's one year in particular that there were a ton of movies I was interested in, not paying a lot for, but at $3 a piece, they were worth it.
Yeah.
And so, for example, I bought all the Jack Ryan movies for $3 and, things like that. And so that year I spent less than I think I ever had and got more.
So
it was
many.
insane. My average price per movie was $4 a piece.
Well, I know he waits. He doesn't buy 4K movies until they're on sale, like Black Friday stuff.
So I saved my money all year. Now I haven't completely saved my money this year. I bought I bought Avengers Endgame, for example. That was one that I bought when it released, which was a great choice because Disney just announced it will be on Disney Plus next week.
It will.
Good for them.
Good for you.
Good for me.
Well, I mean, in 4K. So.
You know what's even better? Haven't even watched it yet.
Oh, see, isn't that exciting?
I know.
You would have made it to just not buying it until Thanksgiving.
I know. So, but I made my list, and so far I'm at $86 for 9 Blu-rays. So, which again,
4K, not Blu-rays.
4K Blu-ray. So, listen, guys, I know I have a problem, but it's contained.
Thank goodness it's not contagious. We'd all be sick, wouldn't we?
Hey, listen, there was a time in this show's history.
Oh, do you remember when we used to go look at new movie releases on Tuesday?
Nikki and I, every Tuesday, would go to a particular store, and they would just have a table laid out. And it was you'd start to see the same people. We were all the same morons gathered around this table.
Don't call us that.
Too real.
Too real.
Too real. Gathered around this table what do I have?
What's new?
I need things. Things to make me go.
Now we don't do that anymore. We just do that from the comfort of the studio.
Right.
No one has to know.
Right. So, yeah, I just, confession time, everybody. I'm sorry. I let you down.
Everybody expected it.
I guess the only person I let down was myself, who's been preparing for months and saving money.
You didn't let anybody down because we were okay with it.
So
you can use the showtime to do that.
Yeah. Mike says it's okay, Obi. We I don't know what this says. I'll look at it.
The Riot really wanted to do this live, but now they can play video games and eat rice cakes instead. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
I had to, apologize for something I'm doing the week of Thanksgiving. Well, today, really. But I'll tell you who else has an apology to issue, Nikki.
Who?
Pringles.
Pringles for what they're doing?
Pringles has an apology
Hey,
to
I'm
issue.
glad they're coming up with something. Normally, we're not in on their flavors that they come up with as a special day holiday one. We go back a few years to this, was it like the white chocolate peppermint one?
The worst.
It stayed in our break room uneaten outside of what we taste tested it with for like 4 months until someone finally threw it away.
It's real.
So this might be a better combination for them.
So here's where we are today at noon. Now, it does not say if it is noon Eastern or noon Pacific. It just
Normally
says 12
it's Eastern.
p.m.
Yeah.
Okay. If you will go to kelloggstore.com, you will be able to order the Pringles Friendsgiving Feast featuring the majestic turducken.
You're like, oh, they're giving you a turducken in Pringles form.
Right. And so inside this turducken, you will get chips that are flavored like turkey, like chicken, and like duck.
And you put it together?
What does a duck chip taste like?
Like duck. But what does duck taste like?
I mean,
That's the better question.
Is that helping me?
I've never had duck. And
Never?
Oh, no.
I had duck somewhat unknowingly
Accidentally?
at a Chinese restaurant, actually.
you?
It was on the buffet.
What'd you do?
I was just like, that's
right.
weird. It tastes like everything else on the buffet.
That's true. When you add enough sauce, it's just fine.
It's like, how's your duck? Same as everything else.
Now, last year, Pringles did a Thanksgiving dinner package that had turkey, stuffing, and a pumpkin pie Pringles set.
Right.
So this one is their newer holiday one.
So it said it sold out in 41 minutes.
For the last year's one?
Yeah.
So for the Friendsgiving feast, remember, it's the turducken one.
Do you think that we could remember to order?
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Do
when is it? Today at noon?
Today at noon.
I mean, we have many programs that will set reminders for us. But do we really want to? I call you do it. Yes. Yes. I call you do it. Oh, yeah, we should. We should totally try to do it, Obi.
You know, the problem is that your I call you didn't count.
Yeah.
Because I had my fingers crossed.
No, you didn't.
So it bounces off of me and it sticks to you. That's the rules.
That's not the rules because I couldn't see
rules.
that your fingers were crossed during it and you could just be lying.
That's not my responsibility that you can't see it.
No, I call you do it. You need to. You need to be the one.
Why don't you call and do it?
I don't want to call. No, I'm calling that you have to be the one to go online and do it.
Oh, you have to go online and do it. I'm just not understanding the words.
You do it. I don't want to order it.
Okay. Are you going to be here at noon?
I don't know. Am I?
That's the answer. That's no. She's like, no.
So if you are interested in the turducken, that's today at noon.
I will say my Google reminder is not working so great. Let's see.
It doesn't even want to turn on.
Set reminder for noon. Order Pringles.
Will it work?
I don't know if it will or not. Yes, I want to save it. What it'll say is, do you want to save it? And then it gets stuck in this loop where it will just not really seem to save it. And you guys all should get Android phones. And can I recommend the Motorola G6? It's really cheap. But I still can't figure out why.
I mean, where'd they cut back at?
I don't know.
Are people really still listening to the Riot? You don't have work to do or laundry to fold or literally anything else to do? The Riot, RadioU.
You know, one of the issues that they're having in China right now, and believe me, they're having issues, is all these kids in their video game playing. They just won't stop. What are we gonna do?
Is that how you think someone who doesn't like video games sounds? That's what you hear.
That's what I hear. Why don't you chop some wood? When we were your age, we did other things.
So what's their concern?
Well, their concern is that apparently in China, video game addiction is a big deal.
Like rehabs for addiction for video games is common, and it happens.
Okay, just complete side note. Wasn't going to go here, but I want your opinion. Do you think that there's something in their culture that is making it more prevalent there, or do you think it's also prevalent here? We just don't recognize it.
It could be a little bit of both.
Because it doesn't seem as bad here as it does there.
Well, in their culture, they're forced to be driven in a different way than I think we are.
Yeah.
Schooling, they're way more intense. Like you gotta do this, you gotta do that. So I think their outlet probably for creativity and enjoyment is video games, and they get just sucked into it.
Yeah. Plus, if if you're used to being intense everywhere else,
you're going to be intense when you play video games. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that's what you've grown up and everything you do is intense.
Well, yesterday, China's General Administration of Press and Publication has released their new guidelines for video games for people under the age of 18. And they have instituted a video game curfew.
That's not just there. That's in Korea, too.
Really?
They have curfews in other countries where you cannot play a game if you're under a certain age at past a certain time.
If you're under the age of 18, you cannot play video games between 10 p.m. and 8 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
How do they enforce that?
I think it's with the login stuff.
And probably with the, I guess if you're running like an internet cafe or something, you basically have to kick people off or out after 10 p.m. Also, if you're a minor, you're only allowed to play 90 minutes per day.
They're really watching that.
Wow.
I mean, sure, there's ways around it.
I'm sure there is. There's always a way around the thing. But 90 minutes a day and 3 hours on weekends.
That's all you get?
Yeah.
3 hours?
3 hours.
The whole weekend?
Well, I would say that I don't.
Is that just a Saturday, Sunday, or when does that start?
Well, you know what do they do? Like, how do they do weekends in China? Do they have a 5-day work week? Do they have a 6-day work week?
I don't know, because in like Japan, like they do a 6-day school week, or
I don't know.
Because I don't know. Maybe
really
it is 5 days, but who knows?
Yeah, I have no idea, but I do know this: that you only get 3 hours.
That's all you get.
That's wild, right? Am I the only one that thinks that's wild? That feels wild.
No, but I mean, if there is a problem with it, but also in certain countries, they're more into is it StarCraft and stuff?
Yeah,
those type of games.
Yeah.
So what do you call that? Where you just sit
it
there
just depends,
and
like
it never ends.
Yeah.
Never ever ends.
A lot of RTSs and what's the like League of Legends and Dota 2 and stuff like that.
That does really well. So they'll just sit and just play.
Yeah. Well, not anymore, Nikki.
Because of again, if you're playing all these games, you know the way around all that. So you can figure out a workaround.
The people, and I guess the point would be like, drugs are illegal in the United States.
People find workarounds.
And therefore, we don't have a drug problem. Because it's illegal, it's fine.
I think people are probably getting just enough game time. I think they're okay.
I'd say you're right.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, do you know who James Dean is?
James Dean. Yes.
I've heard his name. I don't know. I would recognize his photo.
Oh, okay.
But
was he an old singer or an actor?
I don't think he sang. I think he was just an actor.
Okay.
But you're a regular JD. So like you're rebel. And so, if you're James Dean was a rebel. Are you a rebel, Nikki?
All the time.
Would you guys think I was more attractive if I wore a white shirt and smoked a cigarette?
You're on the radio. No one needs to,
Okay.
It's about what you want them to think you're wearing.
Right. Well, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I'm leaning up against the wall like I don't care about anything, smoking a cigarette.
So cool, aren't you?
He is so freaking cool. Right. So here's the deal. James Dean apparently was in 2 movies, but he's about to be in a 3rd one because his family has signed off on his likeness being used as a computer-generated image.
Someone wants some money.
They're just going to put him, this dead actor,
in the movie?
In a movie.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
As like James Dean?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
so
no.
Or like, is he
as an actor portraying a character? It will be James Dean as an actor, but he will not be James. I thought the same thing you did. Like, oh, James Dean, they're watching a James Dean movie on TV or something.
Like he is the movie, but you're saying he would be an actor portraying a character, but he's not an actor. He's been dead for a long time.
Yes.
Why?
He died in 55.
Can't anyone get any work nowadays? They're giving just to younger people and to dead people.
No, that's the thing.
Can you get a job?
You get out of college and they're like, you can't get a job because you don't have any experience. And you're like, how am I supposed to get experience if I can't get a job? And now they're giving jobs to dead actors. What am I supposed to do?
How can you get a break?
So
very hard.
It's actually fascinating because what you've got here is the family has signed off of it. And the other side of it is there is a company, this marketing agency that represents his family, but they also represent the families of Burt Reynolds, Jack Lemmon, and Christopher Reeve.
And they've all passed away?
Yeah. And so they're basically saying like, hey, you could see these actors return to film, which they did that. I mean, that's what they did. Disney did the Star Wars movie Rogue One, and they had a character in there that the actor had died, and he's a CGI version of a dead guy.
Well, sure. And I mean, we've all seen now the popular thing is you get the actor and then what was the term when you make them younger?
Them?
You de-age them.
Right. It's crazy.
It is creepy to see that.
Yeah. Like I don't know. But, I mean, they're figuring it out. And what was it, 10 years ago, 12 years ago? I remember. This is the way this stuff works. Every once in a while, Nikki and I will tell you a story. And, like, we're all just like, yeah, whatever. You don't think about it. But here you get 10, 15 years later, it becomes a big deal. And it was that Disney had, basically set up a division whose job it was to work on the de-aging thing and bringing dead actors to life.
Bring them back?
Essentially. And here we are. It's starting to get better and better.
I wonder if that's cheaper for a production company, or like, why would they?
It seems like it would be more expensive, but maybe not.
I mean, like, I could barely tell you anything about James Dean. I don't know why they think I would go see a movie of him being the actor portraying someone in it. That doesn't seem very, like, there's a lot of incentive.
Cost-effective?
Yeah, well, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of incentive to get someone to go see that.
I don't know. Like, I seriously, like, I don't know. It makes sense, like, with the, if you're trying to bring something old back to life, meaning like a franchise or something, like that kind of makes sense. But just to what you're saying, like just so random, like we're making a Vietnam movie with James Dean in it. And you're like, what? I mean, is that for like my great-great-grandparents? Like, what is this?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I don't know either, but it's kind of weird. And yeah, it's just getting harder and harder for you to get a job.
They're literally picking anything else but you.
You're listening to a morning show hosted by two people who absolutely despise getting up in the morning.
Will you give me a break one time?
The Riot, RadioU.
This is going to mean nothing to most of us, which is part of the problem, really. Nikki, you may or may not remember this, but I want to say it was 2 years ago. We talked on this show about the launch of a streaming service. Mm-hmm. Now, we've talked about that a lot. Apple just launched theirs. Disney's launching theirs next week, and, et cetera, and on, and whatever. But this was one of the weirdest ones I've ever heard in my life, and it really stuck out to me. It was Stargate Command.
So Stargate, it's an old movie and TV show?
It was a movie from the mid-'90s, and the guys that made Stargate the movie went on to make Independence Day. So, I mean, like it or hate it, most people know what Independence Day, the movie, was, right? So these guys, they've got a track record, and that guy, what is it, Roland Emmerich, he's got that movie Midway coming out.
I've heard his name.
Midway will be out, I think it's this Friday, actually. So tomorrow, I think that's right. But where was I? Okay, Stargate Command. Then there was a TV show in the late 90s. I don't know.
You just say ish,
like ish,
and then it just encompasses all those.
Started
years.
on Showtime, it crashed, ended up on the Sci-Fi Channel, and they made like 14 different series, and it ran forever.
There's a better fit there.
Yeah, sure, whatever. And then they were like, you know what we're going to do? We got it, okay? You guys sign up for our Stargate streaming service, and you get access to every Stargate show ever.
It was one of the first where it was like one show had its own app. Not like, oh, it's on the Sci-Fi app, or it's on this, or it's that. It was dedicated solely to Sci-Fi, or not Sci-Fi, but to Stargate.
Yeah.
And we were always like, well, I mean, is there enough fans of this thing? Would they pay for it? Or do they already have it?
The answer is no.
So it did not...
There's not enough fans.
I mean, it lasted a few years.
Two.
That's not long.
It ends this or next month. Like at the end of December, they're shutting it down and they're just pushing it out for free on YouTube.
Oh, that's the worst. Man, you've been paying for that thing and now it's free?
So apparently there were some original shows that were a part of the Stargate Command thing.
So that goes on YouTube?
And they're just going to put it on YouTube for free. So there's that. I just don't understand that. I mean, like, for example, I feel like you could maybe, and I'm going to use that as a huge M-A-B, like huge, maybe do that for a show like Star Trek, maybe?
No.
But like,
nowadays, no one you don't really, you're not paying for a show.
Right, you pay for the service that has lots of shows.
Lots of shows. So I don't think people are wanting to spend any extra money on anything else that doesn't give them a bunch of options.
Yeah. So that's it for them.
Buy Stargate app.
So let's just, I just want to be clear. It seems like there's a new streaming service every week. But
I mean, every time a bell rings, a streaming service launches.
But there are sometimes streaming services that shut down. I didn't know streaming services did that. I thought they just launched and they were here forever.
No offense, like if you like it, but I kind of feel better that it does happen. So it's not so many.
And I'll tell you what, Nikki's got a real cruel streak in her.
No, I don't. You got to have closure, guys. I'm always for that. Closure. Close the app. Stop
Nikki's
it.
looking for closure.
Yes, I just want to not have so many things out there.
Just end it!
And I think we all will feel better, and we can funnel your money in something else.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
It is the riot.
It's not just us. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, a crowd has gathered.
A crowd has gathered to see how it's going to go.
Hello to the crowd.
Everybody's gathered in to check in on the Popeyes chicken sandwich,
so
including
Hudson,
Hudson himself.
I feel like it's been a while since you joined us for a food fight.
It has been. It's been too long, hasn't it?
You used to bring us all these fun items.
Yeah. Well, I soon realized that it's just too early to wake up. It's just not worth it.
That's fair.
I think I've built up my brand enough. I don't need you guys anymore. So,
well, you know what? There's something to that.
Like, well, I don't know. Are you bringing stuff to your show when you're on RadioU and we just don't know about it?
That's not really part of my brand. Okay. I was just getting my name out there with you guys.
Okay, I see that. So he's been using us to hopefully get more people to listen to himself.
Right.
And he's given up because he knows no one's going to listen. So why bother?
So is this true? Have any of us had the Popeyes chicken sandwich when it first came out?
No.
Okay. And so none of us have tried it during this second time it's out?
No.
So this is the first time we've all tried this Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Hudson, how many people did you hurt and or run over in order to acquire these sandwiches?
You know what? It was very cordial at Popeyes.
Was there a long line?
There was a long line. And
really?
I actually almost got trapped because where I parked, the drive-through traffic wrapped around. And so I was trying to leave. I had to bully my way out.
You had to get out?
People actually were shouting at me, not because I was pushing my way out, but they had their windows down to the drive-thru and they're like, "Do they still have the chicken sandwich?"
It's like you think it is, because all I know is we haven't gone to a Popeyes chicken, so all I know is based on Reddit from all the people fighting and all the videos, and they're all just crowds of people walking around.
There was a big crowd, but it was very diverse, and everybody was just kind of patient. We all knew what we were there for,
and everybody's being
calm. But we all managed to keep our cool.
Okay.
All right. So is it time now?
It feels heavier than the Chick-fil-A sandwich.
It's huge, isn't it?
It's giant.
It is a really big sandwich. Look, you guys can get a look at mine. Like, it's big.
And Hudson was so sweet. He got one with no mayo.
I did.
A regular, and then
I don't know.
the spicy
Like, you make it sound like it was
ones.
sweet. I kind of had an attitude about it where I was like, you guys, like, I would never order this without mayonnaise. What is wrong with you? But
Obie, that's
You know what?
like,
Everybody's
Here,
it's a
he brought
food.
chicken. He
It's
brought chicken.
No,
Don't be
no.
mad at him.
Everybody's got to be ugly, don't they?
it's a taste test. You taste it the way the chef intended, the way Popeye himself prepared it.
Let me tell you what. Look, hey, everybody, wait. Let's get Obadiah's reaction.
Doesn't have one.
Look,
he is dairy-free,
He seems to
Hudson.
not care.
He's
I don't
dairy-free.
understand. Why does he not care?
All right, so the Popeye's gloriously huge chicken sandwich.
Here we go.
It smells
wait.
like fried chicken.
Obadiah has a plain one. Nikki has it with just the mayo classic, and I've got spicy here.
First off, I love chicken. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Who doesn't love chicken?
It's good.
Is it like all that stuff? I don't know. I mean, it's good.
Now,
Would you
Hudson,
not-
are you clapping because of some
This-
involuntary
this is
response?
great.
Or?
You love it?
This is the best chicken sandwich I've had.
That's why people are. You were the reason
Shut
people.
up, dude. Get out of here.
Are you teasing or are you serious?
No,
You're
you would not
serious?
take this over Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. This is way better than
This
Chick-fil-A.
is so much more than Chick-fil-A. Like the
Now
chicken is.
No, that is true.
There's a lot more to the chicken.
It's got more flavor to it.
I don't know if I'd say more. I'd say different. It is
Well,
a
I have the
different
spicy
flavor.
too, so maybe it's the
bun's pretty
spiciness.
good. I like the bun too.
Okay, the bun is good. I like
Listen,
the
guys.
bun.
Now that you know we have these, is anybody coming to the building and trying to take them? Oh, chicken sandwich is good.
I think it's good. Like, let me put it this way. I'm not going to take my car and run anyone over. I'm not going to stab anybody.
But would you do that for any chicken, though?
No, so I don't know why are they doing that. Why is
I think
everybody waiting
what
at
happens.
Popeyes?
I think the problem is, and I haven't read all the stories. I think it's people are waiting after they put their order in to get their sandwiches, and there's like, well, that's my order. No, that's my, and they're like, they want to get. They're waiting so long, and they're fighting over whose order it is. So tensions get high. It's like Black Friday every day.
I feel like people are loitering and they're not supposed to. So that's every time I see a video, I'm like, why are you still there? Go away. Right. I feel bad for the people working there.
They're hoping something's going to happen.
Maybe you don't want to be a part of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so Hudson brought us the Popeyes chicken sandwich. Let's clap for Hudson.
Yeah.
Aw.
Because
Let's hear
he
it.
did that. He's the real hero.
I mean, it's only a few months too late, but
right
You know
on
what?
time.
It's fine.
That's our speed. That's what we
Yeah,
like to do.
right.
It's kind of like my movie reviews. I like to wait until the movie's been out for a really long
Sure.
time.
Hey, I will say, out of everything I've had at Popeyes, this is the best thing I've ever had from Popeyes.
I'll say it this way. I never eat at Popeyes. And if I was forced to, this is absolutely the thing I would purchase.
And Hudson clapped on his own because he
Yeah.
really liked it the most.
if it was more convenient, I would eat there all the time.
All right. Well, Hudson, thank you
That's
for...
the best review
Yeah,
I've
right.
ever received.
I'm not going to go out of my way normally. But as
But
a
if
treat.
I was there, I
or
would
in the
get this.
neighborhood, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Hudson, thank you for all of your very hard work. You are appreciated, sir.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
All right.
whoever wants to eat off of our chicken sandwiches, you're welcome to in the background.
Come on.
Not mine. I'm finishing it.
He really does love it.
It is the riot.
The whining, the loathing, the insightful commentary on postmodern historical doctrine. Okay, maybe not the last one. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I think I'm kind of ready to print a retraction.
Well, first, let's thanks again to Hudson
I know.
for
That's what
bringing
this
in
is
the
about.
Popeyes chicken sandwich for us to try.
Hudson brought us those Popeyes chicken sandwiches, and I even went back and looked at some of the video, and I look a little smug as I'm kind of chewing on it. But here's what I like. Seriously, I was unimpressed in the first couple bites. It
But
was
as
like,
you
yeah,
just
it's
finished
fine.
it,
Honestly, like after I really started to get into the sandwich, and I had 3, 4, 5 bites of the sandwich, it was like, wait a minute, this is actually really good.
still not so good to where you would attack someone for it.
No,
but
I mean it's not.
it's really good. It's surprisingly good.
I was surprised, which I'm not a fan of Popeye's chicken. I mean, it's like so many other places. I'll eat there if I have to. But to be clear, not really a fan of KFC either. I want to be, but the lack of consistency that I can get from their
And
products.
tear.
Yeah. I mean, it makes it a little more difficult. But I'll have to say, what was so good about that chicken sandwich, the seasoning and stuff was good, but I felt like the chicken itself was very good. It was tender. It did not feel all crazy. Like it felt like a delicious piece of chicken. So I'm ready to walk that back. I think you could get me to go to Popeyes, but here's what I need to happen. I need 3 months to go by. I need people to stop caring.
And then if it was no big deal and it was just a menu item.
If I could just go to Popeyes and get a chicken sandwich without having to fight for my life and the chicken.
Then that's it.
I'm on board. Yeah.
Well, I posted it if you did not hear our tasting of the Popeyes chicken sandwich. It is available. It's up now at RadioU Riot on Facebook or YouTube or our RadioU Facebook page. You can watch and comment on it there.
Yeah. So that, you know what, Nikki, that's a winner.
Yeah. Hey, not bad having a chicken sandwich, right?
Well, it's a great way to...
And Hudson's bringing it to us. Like, that is the perfect combination.
I just want you to know that if we could start every day with Hudson bringing us a chicken sandwich, I feel like I could do my best.
Well, I think the show would go up a level.
I agree.
Maybe not, maybe not a full step, but a half.
I'm going to go with 65%.
Oh, that's good.
A little bit more than a half.
Noticeable.
Not quite.
Noticeable step up.
Yes. People would be like, I don't know what it is, but
something's different.
Something.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh, no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the RadioU network through the RadioU app or at riot.radiou.com.
So,
oh, man.
We're going to talk about that.
I'd smoke a Camel.